welcome back. You're watching Liquid Lunch. It's the last call for alcohol. It's the segment like we do every day where Frankie, our managing editor, rejoins me and whips out his page full of notes and corrects all the inaccuracies I may have broadcast to you due to my intake of Question tequila. So if I made any mistakes, I apologize. And do not take any financial advice whatsoever from Liquid Lunch TV. This is an entertainment show. That's right. And I always say this, but if you hear about something, educate yourself, make sure it's suitable for you, and do it on your own. We don't make financial advisory services.
Three minor errors, John. There was one error that was made before the show by Brett Winnable, my friend Brett Winnable, who we go back 15 years, maybe more. But for the life of me, now I can't remember what it was. I wrote it down while he was interviewing Curtis Sliwa, and I wrote down Brett mistake, and I thought for sure I would remember it. Okay. So now I don't. So that's a mistake on me.
Frank gets mad if I ring the bell excessively. So I usually do it for people first time on, and when all three of us agree on stuff. But I rang it there because Frank finally admitted he did something wrong.
That's right. So my apologies.
After years of never taking
to you, Brett Winnable, to you, John Tobacco, and most important to you, the Newsmax audience. But we have three minor errors that your illustrious host, John Tobacco, made today. The first has to do with his tease of the Mix It Up segment, where we had distinguished Republican strategist Joe Pinyon here. John chose to tease that segment as indicating that Joe Pignoli would be here. Pignoli is a nut and can be a delicious cookie, but that it was not the person that was here. He may be a little nutty from time to time, but it is Joe Pinyon, not Pignoli.
In Pinyon, there's a little tilde. They call that a tilde, the little squiggly line over the end. So it's pronounced like Pinyon. And the last time Joe was here, I said, I'm going to remember the right pronunciation because I like to do that for people by remembering Pignoli, that the end with the tilde. So I called him Pignoli.
Fair enough. Now,
I love Pignoli cookies.
In your setup to the ICE commentary that you did in the last segment, you characterized these raids over the weekend as failed ICE raids. Well, I'm looking around. I didn't see any ICE raids. They were not failed. They didn't take place. So
they failed to launch.
I guess so.
There's plenty of ICE right in here. I can tell you that because ICE is not outlawed here, thank goodness.
Let me tell you something. I know the hardworking men and women at ICE. Yes, there are women that work at ICE.
Send them tequila.
They don't fail at raids. No, there were no raids.
I meant there was a failure to launch.
Okay,
obviously, management decided that because the left-wing media was sending out alerts that they're driving around in Enterprise vans and don't open your door. So they probably figured, okay, let's not make a spectacle.
And for our final mistake today, John, there was no one cheering louder than President Obama and congressional Democrats because you upped by about 5.3 million people the number of dreamers that are in the country. You announced that there were 7 or 8 million dreamers in the country, when in actuality there are at most 3.6 million dreamers. Now, you don't get me wrong. Pelosi.
How do we know how many are here? We can't even ask the question on the census. Are you a citizen? I think it's close to 7 or 8 million.
7 or 8 million.
3.5 million are what admit to it.
But that would mean.
And then half the people are scared. Like most Trump voters, when they get polled, they're scared.
But that would mean whether you're talking DACA or whether you're talking the DREAM Act, which is where the term dreamers come from.
I wasn't talking about anything. I was talking about the John Tobacco Manifesto. This has nothing to do with anyone else. If you have a job and you're here illegally, come sign up. Okay, and if some of them may come sign up and not realize they have a warrant for then they presented themselves and they get arrested.
Under the tobacco doctrine, what is a dreamer then, if it's not someone covered by either DACA or the DREAM Act?
I like dreaming.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's it. Well, so not bad.
Know. I mean, what is a dreamer? I don't know. No one knows what a dreamer is. There's people here, however they got here, that hold steady jobs. They have families. They're conservative. They care about family values. They work every day. We should figure something out. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but let's figure it out.
Usually you're yelling at me that I'm too Trumpian.
No, I'm not.
And now I'm saying something really moderate.
I yell at you for not letting people talk. But let's figure it out for 3.6 million people, not for 7 or 8 million. That's all I'm saying. It's 3.6 million dreamers.
Okay.
Let's figure it out for those guys.
Is there anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. How was your weekend? He took off Friday, he left me here all by myself, and he knows I'm going to be ticked off about this. So what does he do Monday morning? He brings in a Playboy Playmates. All right? Checkmate. Nice work.
Wait until you see what I have in store for Women Wednesday.
Wow, this Wednesday you're talking about.
This is a show. If you were thinking of being on the golf course on Wednesday, John, you're going to want to be right here.
I don't know what's happening, but I can tell you this. When he makes a proclamation like that, it's probably happening. Tune in tomorrow. It's going to be an unbelievable show. And, of course, Women Wednesday right around the corner. You stay right there. We'll be here again tomorrow at noon Eastern. Same bat time, same bat channel.